again, we are talking about, we are all women, right? We're talking about money and stress. And the people that I've brought you today help reduce that stress. So there's many different ways of reducing the stress. So let me see if I got this going here. Maybe? Did I turn it on?
On the side?
Side. You got the little thing in your computer? One more
It's on
time.
the side. There's a little on and off button.
Oh, there it
And
is.
you should feel it in your hand.
On. Oh, I feel the vibration. And then. Oh, don't you
That
that
have it in anything?
Did everything go to sleep?
Do you have the little dongle thing plugged in?
What happened to
Yeah.
an old-fashioned slide machine?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There we go. Okay, so now we got it working.
Yay.
Maybe. Oh, it wants to hold on something for a while. Am I hitting the wrong button?
It should be your
Why don't you use the manual for
side,
all that?
to the side, or
Okay, so money is the #1 cause of stress for Americans today. And for business owners, it's even more so. And it's so stressful today that we're finding that we've got to do crazy things just to reduce the stress. We're always thinking about it. I joke with my clients and say, you know, we became business owners and we wanted to have the luxury of having time off and having no boss and wanting to own this and do that, and I can be whatever I want to be, and I can go out and do it, and I can be powerful. But you know what? You get to choose any 100 hours you wish to work a week. Business is on our mind constantly. It's constantly going on, and it's adding stress. I love technology. There we go. Okay, so chronic stress can kill you. There's studies that say, first of all, stress increases the level of cortisol, and that's your stress hormone. That's your belly hormone. That's the stuff that makes us fat because we stress out so much. Elevated cortisol levels interfere with your learning and memory, lowers your immune level, lowers bone density, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease. That's a grim reaper calling you because stress can kill you if you don't manage it. You've got to be able to find ways to manage that stress. There we go. So, I am Marcia Riner. I am a certified financial planner, which means I've taken a ton of education to get me where I am today. I am a recovering financial advisor. I no longer offer investment pieces. I strictly work as a business consultant or a financial business strategist. I am the owner of Bella Financial Group. Welcome. I'm the owner of Bella Financial Group, which is a company I started a little over 2 years ago, and a certified financial planner, which means that I have taken an additional, I would probably say it took me about 3 years to get through the programming for financial planners. It's the similarity to a CPA versus an accountant. There's a horrific test you have to take, and you have to have a very broad knowledge of planning. I am a consultant and a coach, and I think that that's an important designation because I work with my business owners to make sure that they've got strategies and tactics that they can use. And then I take those strategies and tactics and work with them on plans and execution pieces that they can go forward on. I am a 3-time business owner, and I come from a family of business owners. So business owner is in my blood. I know what it's, I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the great. And I've seen what it does to people when they don't plan. And then I have been in 20 some odd years of financial services, so I've got just a little bit of experience in many different avenues. Loving this. Okay, come on, somebody work for me here. There we go. So why do we stress so much over money? The first one is we're trying to be Wonder Woman, right? We're trying to carry the load of everything on our back when we really should be in our feminine and we should be accepting things that come our way and working through them properly. We are trying to be mothers and family members and wives, and we're trying to do so much and juggling everything at the same time, right? Many of us, and I've quizzed and had answers, one of the biggest fears women have over their money is that they do not want to become a bag lady. They don't want to be out on the streets. What am I going to do? And they make their financial decision over fear. Then, the pig underwater, so a lot of us are a little upside down in our financial world, right? Things are a little not balanced. Maybe we don't have enough savings going. Maybe our debt's a little higher than it should be. And then we're just flat out stressed. You know, trying to handle it all. We're pulling our hair out. We're our friends' problems, our husband's problems, our kids' problems. We're wearing it all on. And then the famous Ginger Rogers said that she could do everything that Gene Kelly could do.
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire, my bad. Fred Astaire could do backwards and in heels, right? So we can all do this, but we have to understand our limits, and we have to get over the FOMO, the fear of missing out, and we've got to try and find ways that we can control what we can control and let go of the things that we can't control. Let's see if I can get it to move this time. Okay, so goal number one. When we're trying to take control of our money, our first goal is goal clarity. You can't go anywhere unless you know where you want to go. So until you can see the horizon and what it is, you can't make those steps forward. You're just traveling. You could be traveling in a circle. But we've got to have goal clarity. And goal clarity can be many things. Where do I want to be next year? Where do I want to be next week? Where do I want to be in 10 years? What do I want to do with this business at the end of the term, meaning when I retire? So we've always got to have clarity on our goals so we can get to where we want to go. Okay, I'm loving this. Okay, there we go. The second tip is that we've got to know what we have. If we know where we're going, now we have to know where we are. So we've got to have a clear understanding of our financial standings. What do we have in the bank? What do we have as assets? Assets could be many, many, many things. What do I've got in my money that's going to work for me? What is it working for me currently? How is it working for me currently? So you've got to have a clear understanding and a clear picture of where you are today. So that way you can reach that goal by taking some certain steps. Is this all making sense?
Mm-hmm.
My goal here is hopefully to open your mind and motivate you into the right direction. Okay, so again, 3. Where are you going? So if we have goal clarity and we know where we're started and we know we want to go down that path, you're going to go down the 405 and you're going to get off in Lakewood. Maybe. You at least know what you're going to do. Now, where are you going to start with that goal? And this is the whole piece about planning that I love, because it's working goals backwards. Having that clarity of what that goal is, making sure that you've got your base, your ground started, and then you know how to get there and where you're going with that. This is 3 times. Step number 4. What are the steps that you need to take? I promise you, you're going through a maze. Life is a maze, your business is a maze. You know your genius, right? What you do is your genius. As a chiropractor, that's your genius. As a majestic feminine, my dear, that is your genius. And damn, if your lips don't look good, that's Patty's genius, right? So we have our geniuses. What are the steps that you're gonna take that will get you through that maze? And most of those will involve money. And if you can't do it yourself, or if maybe you don't have all the tools in place, then you've got to have the goal, you've got to have the understanding of where you are, and then how you're gonna get there. So it's kind of a roadmap of what we're doing. So let's see if I can do this one faster. Maybe tap it quicker. So tools for clarity. These are my steps that I like to take. The first one is get a jump start on your own money. And you have to take some time on your business instead of being in your business. And take a little bit of time to get that jump start on your own financial money plan. The second one is kind of a repeat. It's understanding your financial statements. Financial statements say, this is what I have, these are my assets, these are my liabilities, this is the income I have, this is where I'm gonna go with this and what my future expenditures are. So you've got to understand what those financial statements mean so you can make good decisions going forward. You absolutely, in number 3, have to create a working, regular budget, or you can use an Excel program that can help you with that. But it's a regular working, breathing document that you have to touch on a regular basis. So I have clients that look at these things every single week with me, and we go through the numbers and we grind them out and say, why are we doing this and where's that gonna happen? You have to look at it, even in your personal life. You have to have a working budget. And that budget can be looking backwards as well as looking forward. Does that make sense? So a budget looking backwards is say, what did I just spend my money on? And a budget looking forward is what am I going to spend my money on in the future? So you make those strategies and plans putting together. A tool for clarity is controlling your spending. That means having a strategy on spending, right? Diana's freaking out. Having a strategy on spending that has it working for you. Then you're going to create multiple streams of income. And I love this piece. Many business owners think, I got my genius, I'm gonna do my one thing and I'm just gonna go get more clients. I'm gonna go get more clients and I'm gonna go get more clients. Well, what if you found multiple ways of producing income off of that one client? And it's not necessarily jacking your price, but maybe you do different things for it. Number 6 is doing it backwards. Looking at the goal that you want to achieve. In 1 year, I want to be X. So then what are those steps that you've got to take to work backwards to reach that goal? That's called financial planning. And then finally, asking for guidance. I just did a podcast recently that was, you're not an island. And if you are an island, shame on you, because we need a tribe around us of friends, of partners, of sounding boards, of mentors, of coaches. You need people to help you because you're only looking at one view in your life. If you're only looking through your own eyes, you need other people's views to help you see the problem and work through those solutions. It's a great thing. 2 heads are always better than one. That worked last time. Okay, so quick tips on controlling your spending. I love this little picture here. How many people have a toilet paper like that?
Should you take a picture of the screen?
Please,
Yeah.
please. So I love the picture on here. How many of you have toilet paper that looks like that? Does it feel like that oftentimes? That's your toilet paper, right? You're just burning and spinning through money, right? So I want you to think about when you're making spending decisions on your money, your business money in particular. Ask yourself, do you really need this item? Does it produce an income? Does it free up your time so you can be more efficient in your business? Or can you use other people's money to help you get this item that you want? It's a different philosophy on your spending and on your money that maybe you didn't think about. And I will be more than happy, since people are standing on their head to try and take pictures of this, if you want this deck, I'll be more than happy to share this with you. So that way you have your notes, you can just give me your card and say, I want the deck. So, the bottom line is so important. This is probably one of my biggest mantras, and I teach another class on this one. Every dollar you spend in your business must have an ROI, and an ROI is a return on your investment. Now, if you do this right, and you get your business running smoothly, every dollar you spend has an opportunity for you to make money off of it. your hiring, your marketing, your gas, your investments in your business, your investments in your people, the way that you're doing things. Every dollar should have a meaning to it that's going to produce income. Then you're not wasting money. How's that for a pretty good tip? You like that idea? Now this technology thing. Okay, so here's another side of it, is that I want you to think about in your business opportunities for you to find more income. And it's not necessarily the more clients or the higher fee. No, those should be part of it. But I want you to think of alternate ways. Find complementary services that you can provide in your business that produce income, but maybe don't take so much time. Maybe it's something you could do at this, what do we call it, a side hustle, right? It's your side gig that you're doing. But it should be something that's complementary. Don't say, well, I'm a chiropractor and by the way, I sell makeup. You know, it doesn't quite gel. I would love to have you find passive income sources. These are opportunities for you to not waste your time, but you're still making money on them, right? So this could be real estate. This could be websites that bring money in for you. This could be, you know, people that do work for you that's not taking our time. So there's one tip that I'll give you that will help reduce your stress, and it's kind of an understanding. There are 24 hours in the day. You can't make any more of those, and you have to sleep. So how do you find ways in your day to be very efficient? Passive income is one of them. Then I'd love to have you put your cash to work. Cash should not be sitting idle. It should be doing something for you. It's an incredible asset that we all have or should have, and we should be having it working for you. And there are multiple ways that you can get that to work for you, but it should not be just sitting in your bank account waiting for that rainy day. And then finally, you can create more of yous. I call them mini yous. So if you can create somebody else, train, educate, get them moving for you to do what you do at the same time or complement you, then now you're getting 2 people in that same 24 hours doing twice as much work. You can get 3 people, 4 people, and 5 people. Just think of how that works. It's creating a team. It doesn't have to cost you a whole lot of money or time either. Come on. There it is. So, what are the real results of a financial plan, or the results of a real financial plan? And I call that confidence. When most of my competitors, people out there in my old world, in my financial advisory world, they thought of a financial plan was your money and what your money could do. You were not the client. Your money was their client. They wanted to know how much money you had and what you were invested in, and so they could always make it better. That's the limits of many financial people's financial plan. When I look at a financial plan, through my education, I look at the big picture. What are all the little pieces that can be done to help you achieve your goal? And it's all wrapped around money. And as you can tell so far, I'm not talking about your investments or an insurance sale or what stock you should buy or what your 401k or IRA is doing. I'm talking about your business, because your business is your biggest asset and your biggest retirement tool. And if I can get your businesses running profitably and making you great money and giving you the lifestyle you want, then someone is going to want to buy that business from you in the future. And if you set it up properly, they're going to pay you a good fortune for it. And guess what? That could be a retirement piece for you. That should be a retirement piece for you. So I think having a real financial plan, the kind I just described, gives you confidence in the decisions you make, financial decisions. So that way it lowers the stress, right? You with me so far on all this? Is it all making sense to you? Are you getting some ideas? I see little puffs of smoke coming out of ears. And that's a good thing. So, more ways of reducing stress. The first one is relax, right? You can and come in and get our balance. I think exercise is incredibly important. I dig my music. I can't focus. We were talking about this earlier. I can't focus unless I've got some downbeat going in the background. And call it crazy, it's opposite to what it is, but I think that's the ADD going. You should have hobbies and you should travel. You should have some therapy because that helps. Again, we're not islands. We need help and support to get us there. We should have some motivating factors to help us move through the stress, like, gosh, I know that if I reach this goal, I'm gonna get something, right? Meditation brings us down. These are just some ways that I think are essential for helping us reduce the stress. And again, if we look back over having clarity over our money, having control over our money, and feeling confident in our decisions, that's gonna lower our stress with our money and help you achieve the goals that you want. But you gotta do these things as well, right? Does anybody do any kind of crazy exercises out there? We were talking about mine. What do you do, my friend?
Oh, I lift weights.
You lift weights. That's crazy enough. Anything you do that's fun and exciting?
I like to walk my dog. I mean, not that it's fun and exciting, but
That's
it is.
good enough. It's exercise. Anybody else do anything exciting with their exercise or hobbies? No? Well, let me tell you. I'm a badass. I'm a girly girl badass. So not only do I play ice hockey on the weekends, on a team and on a travel team, I ride a Harley motorcycle thanks to that girl back there who brought one home and I said, I want one. So now I go out and I ride my motorcycle on weekends. So we can all have crazy stuff that we do to make us relax and take our stress down, right? So finding different things to do that is really important. Come on. Okay, so benefits of reducing your money stress. We just talked about this. Having that clarity. So I could say, yes, I understand what I've got. Having that control, right? I'm controlling my money. I'm not reacting to it. And then I have confidence on my financial decisions. It's so important that you have these 3 C's with your money, or you're just reacting constantly with them. Come on, sister. Okay, so I also have a podcast that I teach a lot of my little tidbits of wisdom, and I bring on guests frequently that will come on. So my podcast is called Profit with a Plan, and it's on every Tuesday, and it's on all of your favorite podcast players. And it's about a half hour. I just recorded episode 26, and it was on financial abuse with my friend Rosie Aiello. So there's all sorts of conversations that go on, and it's ways of profiting. So please do me a favor, subscribe to my podcast and listen to it. You may get some other tips and further have some learning ideas. So I have a special offer for you for coming today, and thanking you so much for joining us. So I have a Jumpstart program that I've started up, and it's an hour-long call to kind of get you started on your path. And it is going to talk about, in more detail, come on, you know, maybe if I fed this thing, it would do it for me. It's talking about greater business profits fast. So it's getting clarity on more your situation in a small group environment. And it'll be on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of the month. And I'll let you come on as part of my guest as many times as you'd like. I think you'll get some great ideas on it. And again, we'll get into your business a little bit more deeper on that one. So I encourage you, and I have some handouts on the table here, so if you'd like to sign up for the Jumpstart, you can either jump on my Bella Financial Group website, or you can sign up on that little page. I didn't want to put it out because we had the fans flying, and I pulled it out and they went whoosh onto the floor, but thank you, Diana. So that's great. All right, and let's see, come on. Okay, so how to reach me? Bella Financial Group, you've got my number, you've got my email address. I'm on social media. I would love to partner with you. I'd love to help you. I'd love to bring you into my world a little bit more and have you see how we can work together. If you like it, it's great. If you want to go further, it's even better. Yes?
I'd like to plug her because I personally established practice with a doctor who I worked for 11 years, and essentially starting my own business from scratch was terrifying, to say the least. But everything that she talked about, she delivered and more. And she comes to my office and she probably gives me way more than I even pay her for. So I'm just telling you, the investment you make with her is like incredible.
So I should be charging you more, is that
Right, no, I'm happy with what you're charging me. But what I'm saying is like the nuggets that she gives is so empowering, because if you don't know how to read financial sheets, I never did. When I would ask my boss before, how do you run a business, he would say, the bills come and I pay them. That's what he would tell me. I'm like, oh, okay. So she taught me how to read a profit and loss sheet. She taught me how to look at my financial plan and understand how to get on a budget for the first 3 months. And I'm leaving my first quarter like super profitable. So she is worth any bit of money, any bit of time you spend. I'm just telling you, you have to get her. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was very kind. Wow. Well, that was good.
She didn't pay me to say that.
Thank you. Wow. Well, that's I appreciate that, and I think it's true. It's that second set of eyes that come in and look at the numbers that helps you see through the forest to the trees. And does that tree need to be laying down, or does that tree need to be standing up? Yes, Diane.
I would just say too, I mean, I came from a financial family. My dad was in finance, my mom was Morgan Stanley. We were a very financial household. The most important thing that you can do as a business owner is know your numbers. Because we all know what our genius is. We all know the service that we provide. We all, know what we love to do, and that's why we became entrepreneurs and everything. But the most important thing that you can do if you truly want to have a business is you have to know those numbers. So whether you want to employ someone as for the entire year, you just need someone that's going to sit down and help you and put together that strategic plan and say, this is the way you need to do things. I would say definitely you need to do that.
Thank you. And it doesn't have to be a marriage commitment. I mean, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be short time, long time.
Yeah.
It's based on your needs and how fast you want to put things to work. I mean, Liz is kicking it. She's doing it. I say to do this, and she goes and does it. I'm like, damn girl, okay, so go do this now. She goes back and does it, like a little dog comes back with the ball, I mean, it's great, and it's all how motivated you are to do it. And she's taken her business. She's probably gone at least double of what she estimated she was going to do, because she's working hard. She's working hard, and we all need to